There are basically 3 tabs to navigate through in the TM module. In this video, we're going to focus on first the Freight Order Management tab. This is the tab we will be using to access any of the freight orders that we may already know, or to learn how to search by inbound delivery number or DTR number, even PO number, to access our freight orders. So basically, there are 2 main options to search for a freight order. One would be the Overview Freight Orders at the top under our Freight Order Management tab, and the other would be the Display Freight Order hyperlink that I am showing now on screen. If we click on Display Freight Order, a new window will load that will allow us to input our freight order number. If we happen to know our freight order number, we simply have to add this number in the freight order search box that I am in currently, and simply by adding this number and then clicking on Continue, the system will take us directly to the freight order that we have added in the search box. As you can see, and I will maximize my screen, we are now accessing a freight order. This is the freight order number for UN-owned equipment. Every time we access a document in TM, we only have to take a look at the header and see what type of document we are viewing. Now, before we get into the details of what we can see in this freight order, let's go back to a different way of searching for our freight orders. And that will be still under the Freight Order Management tab, but this time the Overview Freight Orders link. Once we click on the link, this will take us to a different page now with a number of different search boxes that we can now use to find our freight order number. Once we have added the details in any of the boxes that we see on the top of the screen and click on Apply, we will have a list of freight order numbers that will load at the bottom of the screen, as we see here. And to begin with our search, we can see now that in the initial page, we can also search by freight order number by simply clicking on the freight order search box and writing our number in it as we did earlier. By clicking on Apply, now if I scroll all the way to the bottom of the screen, we should only see that freight order number that I'm searching for. Now, to do this, instead, we should have used our other link, which is much easier and would save us some time. The use of this Overview Freight Orders search page is actually the following. If we click on Change Query, we'll see that now this page will load a number of different search boxes that we can use. We have, again, our general data, document references, driver, resource equipment, organizational data, and so on. We can scroll all the way to the bottom and see that now we have a set of new options that we didn't have in our previous screen when we were searching for freight order. Now, all the way at the bottom, with the header UNOE, we see that now we have a field for goods PO and inbound delivery. What we can do now is search by our goods PO and inbound delivery number, and all the freight orders that are linked to this document will load in the results page at the bottom after we click on Apply. So let's search by goods PO number first. And actually, the goods PO number I have here is correct, so I'm going to use the one that's already on screen and simply click on Apply. Now, all the freight order documents that are linked to this goods PO will load on screen. As we see in this case, it seems there's only one freight order, which is the following. We can repeat the search also by inbound delivery number. Remember, we click on Change Query. This will load a page with a different set of data. Now we can always delete any other data that is not useful for us. Make sure that no other fields are populated. And then again, at the bottom, under UNOE, in the box for ECC inbound delivery, we can write our inbound delivery number. Once we have our number written, we can click on Apply, and now the same thing will happen as before. We'll have a number of freight orders, all those that are linked to that inbound delivery number. So again, always make sure that when you're performing your search, no other fields are populated. There are times that when you will click on Change Query, you will see that by any chance the last fields that you have populated are still there. So if you want to start from scratch, make sure you just delete the information that is there, add the info that you need. For example, now instead of inbound delivery, I'll go back to my goods PO that I wrote before, but now this time I am 100% sure that I only have this information, the one for the goods PO, and click on Apply. and see the freight orders that are linked to this document. So in this case, we have a lot more than before. What this means is that when I performed my search before, some other fields may have been populated, which limited the amount of freight orders that resulted from my search.